Hey guys, this is Sharon. I hope you guys are staying warm. It's pretty cold outside. Here in North Carolina, I think it got all the way up to 25 degrees today, which is pretty cold for us. I know it's been much colder elsewhere, but at any rate, it's that time of year. I just wish we had some snow to go with it, but moving on, I wanted to show you, I've set up my planner for 2014, and you guys know that I use the personal size, and I have trouble with stuffing my planners because I like to carry everything with me. I use my planner every single day. I take it with me everywhere. I use it as a wallet. And I just have always kept everything with me. I'm talking like back, it's like over 25 years ago when I was first introduced to planners, and at that time it was to Daytimer. So, I'm just used to carrying everything with me, and that has just been causing a problem with my Malden, which is what I've been using as my only planner really. But because it was so stuffed, the rings were starting to get misaligned, and that was pretty upsetting to me. So I went down the route of trying to look at Franklin Covey binders that have bigger rings, and that's fine, but I don't think bigger rings are the answer for me. I think it's just a matter of determining where my stuff needs to be. I don't need to carry everything with me every single day. So what I'm trying to do now is use two binders, and I have always said that I'd never be able to do that. I didn't understand how people using more than one binder could do it. It just gets too confusing. But in my case, it sort of makes sense. I have stuff that I use every single day of the week, and then I have stuff that is just reference material for me, and I refer to it pretty much on a weekly basis. Well, that stuff I don't really need to keep with me. So I'm going to give this a try. So what I have done is, actually, let me switch these. My Malden, my personal ochre Malden, which I adore and love more than anything on this earth. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. This is my planner, my wallet. This is what I carry with me every day. This is what I'm using. This is my personal Raspberry Chameleon. This is my very first Filofax. Very first Filofax ever. This is what I'm using for my reference material. The stuff that I don't need to keep with me every day, but it's still very important. Things like goals and household items and my A to Z filing cabinet that's what I call it. So I thought that I would just show you a little bit about this today. How I'm setting it up, and it's really nothing special, but I just wanted to show you what I've done. I'll do another video on my 2014 setup for my Malden, but you can see that it's already much better. I mean, it just closes so easily, and that's with 2 pens and a highlighter in there. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not afraid that I'm going to be ruining the rings anymore. The rings are a little bit misaligned, but I can live with it. It's not tragic. It's not a deal breaker for me in this case. But anyway, let's talk about this one right now. So again, this is my personal Raspberry Chameleon. This is my very first Filofax ever. I've had it about 2 years, I'm guessing. I don't even know when I got this. But it is showing wear, and I've talked about this before in my videos, that the leather is rubbing a little bit. But that doesn't really matter to me. It's in really good condition otherwise. And I just love it. It's very soft. It's flexible, but not too flexible. And I just really love it. So let me show you what I've done. It's nothing special, really. It has the card slots over here, and what I have in here are just some motivational cards that I got really regarding NaNoWriMo. This one says, whatever you are, whatever you think you are more than that. This one says something weird like, you are part monkey, part ninja. I don't really get that, but I keep it. This one, moments to pure genius, gaping plot holes. I don't know, I just thought they were cute. They're kind of silly, but anyway, that's what I'm keeping in here for now. Nothing in here. This is just a little ribbon I got off of a Bath and Body Works shipment or something. I have my Filofax flyleaf here, and here I just have the 2 Filofax cards. Just clip there. I have my Michael Kors card that came with a bag I got last year for Christmas. I just have a couple of pages of stickers that I really don't use, but I just keep them in here because I think they look cute. My first tab is, this is just something that I was planning to do last year and I never got around to it, so I'm hoping to do it this year, but it is Beyond the To-Do List, Goals. It's a book. Oh, I can't remember the guy's name. He's one of my favorite bloggers. I'll link him below, but basically he wrote a book about goals, and my plan was to, there's like an exercise, a chapter, and then an exercise for each chapter. So I wrote all this out and was just going to check them off as I did it. Obviously you can see I haven't done anything yet, but that is on my list to do this year because I think it would be interesting. This is a section for my blog, and I'm actually reconsidering the whole blog thing. I think I just want to focus more on YouTube, but we'll see. This is my goals section, and I will preface this by saying that I haven't really finished writing out my goals this year, and that's so unusual for me. Usually I have it done before the last week of December, that I am just so on the ball. This year it has really been hard for me. I think because in the past I set so many goals and then I fail at so many of them, I don't meet them, or I change my mind halfway through the year. So I'm actually kind of moving away from the whole exercise of setting goals at the beginning of the year. And Josh has talked about this before in one of his videos about how your life just evolves day by day and year by year. So things changed throughout the year. I might find out 3 months from now that there's something that I would really like to work on, a project that I want to take on. So I'll just do it. I'll start it then, or I'll make a plan to start it later in the year or the month or whatever. But as far as setting goals for the year, I haven't really stepped away from that because I do have certain things that I want to work on this year, but I guess I haven't written them out because I've just been really hesitant to do so, because sometimes I feel like, it sounds ridiculous, but sometimes I feel like when I write things down, they don't happen. That's just stupid, I know, but that's the way things seem to happen with me sometimes. So, but anyway, typically the way I work my goals is, alright, well, this is the goals tab, and over here I have a post-it to remind me of the definition of SMART goals. They need to be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. So I try to remember that whenever I am setting a goal. This is just a page that has different quotes regarding goals that I've come across throughout the years. So I just wrote them down in different colors to sort of decorate this tab. This is an end-of-year review that I just picked up this year. 25 questions to ask yourself before end of year. And I'll tell you what, something that I have learned this year is that when I'm writing this stuff down, I really need to write down where I'm getting it, because especially if I show you guys, you want to know where I found it. Well, I didn't do that with this, and now I can't remember for the life of me where I found it. But there are questions like, what am I most proud of this year? How can I become a better blank? Where am I feeling stuck? Where do I need to allow myself grace? Am I passionate about my career? And it just goes on, and there's 25 of them. How can I be kind to myself? So again, I don't know where I got this. Just search, just Google 25 questions to ask yourself before the end of the year. I have a feeling I got it off of a blog somewhere, productivity blog or something. Then I have my values page. I have my list of values in order of importance to me, and then I have a clarifying statement. I clarify each value. This was again revised at the beginning of last year. I haven't even revised this yet, but my first value is spirituality, and I clarify that by saying, I am always aware of soul and my reason for being here. I talk to God throughout each day, and He is my friend and mentor and guide. And these are just basically things that I want to live my life by. These are the things that I want to drive my life. So I also try to reference this when I am deciding on a goals. You know, if I figure out there's something I want to do, well, does it really have anything to do with any of my values, and is it really worth my time? Then I have a mission statement, and this again has not been revised since last year. This is something I learned how to do with Franklin Covey, by the way, the whole laying out your values, stating your mission. I won't go over the whole thing, but it starts out, it is my mission in life to build healthy, loving relationships with my family and friends. I will live to be by conservative values and remain loyal, dependable, and trustworthy. I will live a healthy lifestyle and pray and give thanks daily. Just a little tidbit there. So I try to, I think about when I'm deciding what I want to do for the year, I think about my mission, and is this going to match my mission? Another thing that I have in my goals section is the top 20 motivation hacks, and this one I did record that it's from Zen to Done. These are the top 20 ways that you can motivate yourself to finish your goal. Number 20 is chart your progress. Use X's or dates to mark your progress, or dots to mark your progress or goals. Number 1 is always think positive. These are notes that I took last year, and I like to use every year as I'm doing my goal planning. You see up at the top, I recopy this for the next year, because sometimes these things evolve. But this is my year-end review and planning. Identify my 3 greatest accomplishments for the year. How can lessons be applied for the coming year? Identify 3 greatest mistakes or failures for the year. How can lessons be applied to the coming year? Yada, yada, yada. And I refer to that as, usually I'll do this before I start my real goal planning, just to, see where I am in relation to my goals for the previous year. Do I need to rethink some of them? Do I need to change course on any of them? That kind of thing. And then as I'm reading throughout the year, I read a lot of blogs and articles, and I like to read about setting goals. So what I'll do throughout the year is I'll take notes on setting goals, and I'll put that in my goals section. So then when it does come time for me to work on goals, and I'll review some of these notes. Things like, Actually, I got these from Jason Womack, and I'm not sure if this was a blog or a TED talk. I'm not sure, but you can look him up and see. Write down goals and review once a week. Invite info in. In other words, read magazines and books related to the goals, related to the things that you want to do. Meet with people who can help and ask for help. That kind of thing. Then I have a goal planning calendar, and this is just a little one-page calendar broken down by month. And as I'm going through the year, and I would have started this last year, but as I'm going through it, I pick out things, or I decide on things that I really want to do for the year, and I kind of decide on which month I want to do it. And it might be related to the type of goal it is. It might be related to how long I think it'll take. But this is where I sort of tentatively plan out which goals I'm going to work on each month, or which projects I'm going to work on each month. Here are some more notes. These are notes that I've been taking throughout the year, and this is related to types of things that I want to do for my goals. Like, for example, one of the things I want to do this year is I want to use up all the cosmetics and lotions that I have before buying more. Same with all of my blank notebooks. I want to fill up all of my blank notebooks before the end of the year. And I'm going to do a video on all of this in detail later on. But this is just where I keep notes on things that I might want to do for the year. Here are just some more goal planning notes that I need to put at the front of the section, but these are just more quotes that I've come across or statements that I've heard from someone talking about goals. And this one, I believe, came from Danielle Lepore. Anchor your motivation by asking a question. Why do I want to do blank this year? List the reasons you come up with. Keep them in your planner before daily checkoff page to remind you. Goals should make you feel how you want to feel. Be an intentional creator of your life. So these are just kind of motivational statements that I've come across that I want to use as I'm planning my goals. Moving on from the goals, though, just another few sections that I have in this planner. One section related to household. I'm really trying to get a handle on housekeeping. I really let that fall to the wayside last year. I just really struggle because there's just too many things to do in a day and not enough time to do them. So I really want to make this a better priority. I think that it will help my stress level, my comfort level overall if my house is in order. So I just wrote down some zones, and this is loosely related to Fly Lady. I think she's way too structured for me, but I like the whole zone idea. So I'm going to actually do another video on this once I get it all worked out. So basically that is my household section. Then I have a spiritual section where I have prayer requests, some prayer journaling, and that's pretty much it for that. This is just a job search section when I was searching for a job. I'm not currently searching for a job right now. This is a project section, but this really is going to go away because my goals section will be my project section. And then this is my A to Z section. I've never had one of these before. I've always just had a multitude of tabbed sections, but I've seen this in so many videos that I was really attracted to it and thought that I would try it out, and it's really working well. Except I can't remember sometimes what I file things under. For example, yesterday I was looking for my list of books to read. I have a long list of books to read, and I've been wanting to put them into Goodreads just because it's easier to keep up with them there. So I'm looking for my list of books, and I'm looking under the B tab, and they're not there. I'm thinking, what in the world did I do with them? I know that they're in my planner. So I start freaking out, and am I going to have to come up with the whole list again? And then I realized later that it was under it was under the R tab for books to read. Okay, so that doesn't make any sense. I don't know why I did that. It should be under B in my mind, but that's my only problem with the whole A to Z section, is how I'm going to keep up with where I file things. And yes, I know I can create an index, and that's probably what I'll do, but with the whole index, it takes a minute to look at the index, to look for what you're looking for, and then to see where you filed it, and I don't have those seconds. My planner is supposed to be saving me those seconds, and I don't want to have to spend that second on finding my list of books to read. It should just go under B. I don't know what my problem is, but otherwise this is working out pretty well. It's not that full really right now. I just really started using it the last half of 2013, so you can see it's really not that thick yet, but I like that. I like the concept because the stuff that's in here I don't need to see every single day. And then that's the last. I do have another tab here where I will keep, it's a tab for blank paper. My plan is to hole punch a bunch of blank paper to keep in here just so that I'll have it pre-hole punched when I need it. But that's pretty much it. This is my secondary binder, which I never ever thought that I would have. I never thought that I would have two planners, but I guess I really only have one planner, and this is more like storage maybe. That's what I'll tell myself for now, because I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, but we'll just wait and see. Anyway, I just wanted to show this to you and share what I was up to. I will be making a video on my latest setup for 2014 in my Malden. As a side note, I have ordered one. I got one Franklin Covey binder from eBay, and I have that, and I started using it and I didn't like it, and I've got another binder on the way. I should have that in the next week or so. So I do want to show you what I've done with my first Franklin Covey binder that I've gotten, the compact size. Leslie corrected me. I'm always calling it the classic size for some reason, but I think it's because I used that size for so many years. But this is the compact size, which is comparable to the personal size in Filofax. But what I've done with my binder that I got a few weeks ago is I'm using that to archive all of my 2013 pages. So I'm going to do a video on that as well, just to show you what my 2013 looked like and show you my archival system. But that will come again in another video. Anyway, this video has gone longer than I had hoped, and I hope it went okay. Excuse the shakiness. I am using my new camera, but I don't have a tripod for it yet, so I am still holding it. I'm in the bedroom. The lighting's not all that good. I'm on my bed, and the bed wasn't really made. So anyway, I'm going to get better at the whole YouTube thing, I promise. Until then, I hope you guys are doing well, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.